हाय गाइस, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। तो आज बात करेंगे आईआईटी जोधपुर में जो कंप्यूटेशनल सोशल साइंस का जो प्रोग्राम है, वहाँ पे कल इंटरव्यू है। तो आज मैं today we have a guest, Amit is here. Amit is from IIT Bombay, and Amit actually got selected at IIT Jodhpur for computational social science in 2022. Okay, so welcome Amit.
Hi. Hello, everyone. Hello. Say hi to all of your viewers. Yeah. Say
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
hi.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Okay, so यहाँ पे सानिध्य एंड पृथ्वी है, तो दे एक्चुअली गॉट शॉर्टलिस्टेड फॉर दिस year, okay, for computational social science. So Amit will explain his interview experience, and in this session Sanidhya and Prithvi, you all of you can ask. Okay, so you can ask any question to Amit. So now the floor is yours. Amit, you can start.
So yeah, as thank you, Surajit, for having me once again here. And so as you told that I qualified computational social science interview back in 2022. So I'll try to answer some queries about you of all of yours, and even I will try to explain the queries of Sanit and Prithvi, which have their interview scheduled for tomorrow. So basic things coming first. So whosoever have an interview tomorrow, just be calm about it. It's just an interview and you can't plan very much things beforehand. It's just a very nuanced thing, very small things which matters. And further in this video, we'll talk about what are those things. Uh, so Sanit, then Prithvi, can you just introduce yourself and what you had done prior to this aspirational degree you're looking for?
Okay. So, good afternoon, sir. Surajit sir and Amit sir. Myself, Sani Chaturvedi, and I've completed my bachelor's in electrical engineering in 2022. After that, for 1 year, I worked in the government of Madhya Pradesh in PWD department. And after working for 1 year, I realized that I have to pursue masters, and I wanted and started searching for various interdisciplinary fields. And after searching that, I came to know about the M.Sc CSS program in IIT Jodhpur, and I went to the brochure and the website and the department details, and I got to know that this department is really of my interest, and I've decided and I applied to it and I was shortlisted. And next thing I will tell you as we move forward.
Great, great. Prithvi, can we have a short introduction of yours too?
Sure, sir. Good afternoon, sir. This is
Hi.
Prithvi from Andhra Pradesh. I'm recently completed my second year and I'm pursuing my bachelor's final year right now. And I'm doing my specialization in maths, physics, chemistry as a basic sciences. And I have a great aim to pursue a master's in interdisciplinary courses. I go through the online and search for lots of things, and I unfortunately found the computational sciences in IIT Jodhpur. I think it perfectly suits for me to do masters, and which connects with my my knowledge and thinking in that. So I applied it, and I got selected for that. And tomorrow will be my examination. And
Great, great, great. Both of your introductions are very good. The small things which you can add up is you can be a little broad about it. You can tell what all are your achievements prior to this. And those achievements include both the things, your extracurricular activities and academics. So firstly, focus on your academics things, like you have done your, so this degree has the brochure says that it would be preferable if you have done mathematics in class 12. So if you have scored, in case if you have scored very good in your class 12, you can even tell those numbers because numbers create an impact. If you have not a very hard fast rule, anything which you have achieved, you can just explain that. That's another thing in extracurricular activities. If you have hold any position in your prior college, in your bachelor's college, you can tell that because that shows that you have a managerial factor in you. Yes, so that's a thing about your introduction. So you shape your whole interview with your introduction and the way you talk in the starting itself. So the way you say about yourself. So this, as I was looking at brochure, this degree consists of two fields. One is more related to economics and another part is sociology. So at the starting of the interview, your head should be very clear that either you want to go for sociology part or economics part. If you want to pursue economics part, you should have a very significant reason why you want to pursue this economics things, or in the same case as for sociology too. If you are looking for sociology, you should tell like what are the sociological elements which you want to combine with computer thing. So one very important thing is that if you so other viewers, if you are coming just from a bachelor's of humanities and social science, like there would be people who have done BA, and if they are looking for this computational program, they should have a very significant reason where you combine both the things, your sociology thing, and one which is very important in this interview, in this degree, is computer part. So they are looking at both of your things. They need a 50-50 or a 60-40 balance at least. If you just say that I am interested into sociology and I want to look upon Marx Weber or Karl Marx, no, that's not gonna work. You need to combine the knowledge of computer. If you say that I want to analyze the books of Karl Marx through computer, yeah, it can be possible. But that's a very old thing. If you are going for sociology, you can go for something like hate speech, which is very prominent all over the world right now. Hate speech on different social media streams, whether Twitter, Facebook. So you can tell like you wanna analyze the data of Twitter about hate speech in this particular thing. That's what interests me, and I want to look upon why people go for hate speech, why they speak in such a way. So I want to combine the humanities part with computer part, and I want to come up with a very good research paper, or I want to get published. That's how you can design your interview. Same with
Right.
the economics part. If you so economics have a lot of things: micro, macro, agriculture economics, tribal economics. There are a lot of things.
In
So
number
you
of domain are there.
yeah, in economics too. But those economics things should combine with computer thing. So if you are planning to join this program, you want to get into this interview, you want to clear that, then you should be very clear with your mind that you will have to combine both these streams. So design your interview in that way. That's what I will say about introduction. Yeah. Yes, Surajit. Ask me
Yes.
something.
हाँ यस, इंट्रोडक्शन तो बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट है, और मेरा हिसाब से जितना मैंने इंटरव्यू दिया हूँ आईआईटीज में, तो मुझे वो लगता है मैंने देखा क्या चीज बोलना चाहिए। ऑलरेडी आई हैव लाइक टोल्ड दिस गाइज, राइट? आई हैव मेंशन what points should be there, what components should be there. Okay, already I have like told them, right? And you have add two important elements, so you can add those elements. Okay, but you have to remember one thing, that is you will get 1 minute. Okay, so 1 minute is important, and within that time you have to frame your interview. Okay, and you have to lead your interview. अगर तुम इधर उधर कुछ बोलोगे ना, तो they will grab you, they will grab your neck. Okay, तो उसी जगह पे they will reject you, you will your interview may be terminated within 5 and 7 minutes. Okay, so this is the most important thing. You should remember this. Okay,
Yes, so
अगर
don't be
interview, yes, Amit, go on.
don't be very short with your introduction. Don't take it very long. The more
Right.
longer you will take, the more question they will ask. The more shorter they will, you will say, it means that you are not interested. So don't be very short. Don't be very.
Yes.
So just don't include unnecessary things. Don't say that I have done class 12th. Don't say that I have done this thing. I've done no something which is roughly you can add three things. First thing, all your achievements, academics achievement, extracurricular activities achievement. Secondly, think why you want to join this course, what you look up to this course, and another thing is how you gonna combine. And you should be the third, fourth thing, whatever it is, you should be clear that economics or sociology and computer. So this is how you can frame your introduction. Don't say unnecessary things. Don't waste their time, and because they would be taking around 120 interviews. So you need to be very clear, crisp, and don't fumble in your introduction. Just be confident. Smile is the key of everything. Just smile, look
Right.
confident. Yeah, look confident, and look. It should be seen that you are a chill guy. You are a person who would make a difference at HSS
Right.
department at IIT Jodhpur. Yeah.
Yes, agar koi exam, if you qualify like if you qualify any exam, you can mention that. That is important.
That's very important.
क्योंकि you are when you will qualify or you like you have any gate score something like that, that type of examination, it means that you are interested. Okay, that's why you prepared for that examination, right? तो वैसा है, अगर है तो चलो वो भी ऐड कर दो. That will be one important element for your introduction. Okay, and you can add this, right? So
Yeah,
any
so,
yes.
one thing which I want to add is you have come up with a GATE examination. And as I can remember at my interview, as I told them that I had a GATE in humanities and social science. And so that was a thing where I was shortlisted, because at that time many people don't have. So the whole list of people who got selected, there were only two people, me and another person who had a GATE score. At that same time, they know that this person have a GATE score in humanities science. That proved that he had an engineering degree, but he is interested.
Yes,
Yes,
the most
he is
important
interested in
point.
HSS department. That's why he have cleared GATE in HSS. So it doesn't matter that you have a GATE in HSS, but if you have GATE in engineering too, that will matter, because that will lead you to TA. And they want that students should get a TA. If you don't have a GATE, you can't get a TA. So if you have a GATE score or any other examination, even at that point, I remember I had qualified GATE and CAT too. So even this program doesn't have any link with CAT. Still, I told them that I have qualified CAT and I'm getting an IIM at Kozhikode and all these things. So that created an impact. Okay, this person have some intellectual thing, and he is interested and he can be very fruitful to the department. Yes. So mention that.
Yes. So please note all these. I will request all other candidates, Sally, Somastri, and Isika, note all these key points. Okay. So that is the most important part of this session. Okay. So any question, Sanit, that you can ask what type of question they asked to Amit. Okay. Already Amit has mentioned a number of things. Okay. अगर मैं होता तो ऑलरेडी मैं कैच कर लेता, वो ये सारे चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है. ओके. So it will be your turn. Okay. So you have to ask Amit.
But as far as the written test is concerned, the questions are going to be very normal.
Yeah. So see, these degrees, whether at any IIT, these programs are designed for every person, whether he is from humanities or engineering, for any degree. So they prepare these question papers which can be solved by a BA person also and an engineer person. So at what my experience says at all these IITs is that they just ask very easy question, whether it would be a reading comprehension in all these things in your written examination, or in your, same with your interview. They ask very easy question. They are not gonna ask you very core thing like, if you have done electrical engineering, what is Kirchhoff law, tell me. No, they don't wanna ask. If you are a sociology person, they won't ask you what Marx wrote here or there in religious. No, they don't gonna ask you.
About
They just
capitalism.
about capitalism, everything bourgeois and everything. So it doesn't matter for them. What it matters that what they are looking for is whether this person would be suitable in this program, whether he is even he is interested into it, or just for merely getting into IITs, he has just been into this interview. Is he that mature that he can handle the same pressure at what is given at IITs? Whether he would be able to manage that. So these are the things, and all these things can be solved by your confidence, the way you speak, the way you tell what you want to do. And just one more thing which I want to tell you is that just tell them that you want to write a research paper. So they are interested into these things, because that's what adds up to the HSS department. So if you are telling that you are interested in writing a research paper or doing a research as per se, not a paper, you can say that I am interested in doing a research and getting published somewhere. So that's what they are looking for. That's a thing that they want, because that would help their department to grow. And how can you be contributing to that department? That's also the other things which they look for.
Yes, Sanidhya, just note this point. Okay, बहुत important point है. Okay, तो 2 साल का प्रोग्राम है, 1 साल तो कोर्स वर्क में और 1 साल रिसर्च में. Okay, तो if you mention one thing, do you if suppose ऐसा कोई क्वेश्चन उन लोगों ने पूछा है, शायद मान लो कोई पूछ सकता है So you can mention this point, okay, what Amit has mentioned, okay, you can note this point and you can lead your interview in this way, okay. If you say something about like that you will publish a paper after your research work, right? Okay, after the second year, right? So that will be a impactful statement, okay, in front of the panel, okay. क्योंकि उन लोगों को वैसा ही कैंडिडेट चाहिए, okay. They actually like this type of people who will publish a paper under that professor. That is important, and it will be contribution to the department also. Already Amit has mentioned this is a very crucial point. ये note कर लो, important, बहुत important point है. Any
Another
further
thing-
question?
Yes. Ask Surajit.
No. I'm telling my students like Prithvi, Sanida, you can ask many more questions. Amit is there. Okay, I like texted him. Please, aa jao.
Correct.
They are very interested.
Sir, as far as the AIML is concerned, would they be asking something about the coding questions or like that? They're
See-
going to go deep in this field.
Yeah, I got your point.
Yeah.
So another thing which I want to tell you is that just don't throw up the words. Don't say that I want to go do something artificial intelligence, machine learning. Yes, you can say that, but you should be very clear what after that. Like if they ask a question from artificial intelligence, you should show that, okay, so I want to do something analyzing the way Chat GPT answers how humanitarian approach Chat GPT has. So if you are putting up terms, heavy terms like artificial intelligence, because the people who know artificial intelligence, they know that it have a lot of branches. Artificial intelligence is just merely a terms and it's there from 90s. So what in artificial intelligence, if you are putting these words, machine learning, artificial intelligence, you should know what's next. And they won't ask you such questions, like coding questions. Why? Because the panel members will mostly consist of people from humanities department. There can be a single one or two professor from computer science department, and this course is a 50-50% balance, whereas a humanities part have more thing, like they are into more power because it comes under their department. But if you just talk about tech, if you so there would be a lot of engineers watching this video for the tomorrow's interview. If you just talk about tech, it's not gonna work, and if you just talk about humanities, it's not gonna work. है. So if you are putting artificial intelligence, machine learning, just explain them that if I wanna analyze the artificial intelligence of this thing, machine learning. I wanna look at how machine learning treats people, how it so how does it scans people, how what. So there are technologies in machine learning where you analyze people from their face, like whether it can be a criminal or not. So how humanitarian this approach is, and what are the disadvantages and advantage of such kinds of approach. So yes, that's how you can put these heavy words, artificial intelligence.
Right. Just I want to
Okay, sir.
add one point. यहाँ पे ऐसे अमित, यहाँ पे ऐसे इंटरव्यू होता है दो ही डोमेन में, एक डिजिटल ह्यूमैनिटीज और एक ये कंप्यूटर 16 डिपार्टमेंट में, ये HSS में. तो यहाँ पे ये है CSS से, ये दिस इज वेरी ट्रू. मैथमेटिक्स डिपार्टमेंट में बहुत सारे प्रोफेसर से वो they generally take the classes of coding and something like that. Okay, yeah. So you should be careful about it. वहाँ पे मैथमेटिक्स डिपार्टमेंट में भी जो सारे प्रोफेसर वो भी आ सकता है. ओके, अगर if you are from that domain background, so definitely they will ask you. And director Professor Shantanu Chaudhary, maybe you will be there in a panel. Okay, so that is important thing. तो वो तो फाड़ देंगे, मैं ऑनेस्टली बोल रहा हूँ. ऐसा कोई सब्जेक्ट नहीं है जिस डोमेन में मतलब नॉलेज नहीं है उनका, ऐसा सब्जेक्ट नहीं है. Cognitive science, social science, artificial intelligence, machine learning, engineering, any branch. You can guide any PhD student.
Don't be very
ऐसा
much
है,
afraid.
ऐसा भी है.
Yes, just calm yourself. Another thing which you can do before your interview is that just go to the liberal arts website, look at all the professors, what they have done, what they are
Right.
working in. If
Right.
you just look at these profiles, and if you just dig up a lot of things, you will find that what courses are in their computational social science and which professors are taking these courses. If you can look into these things and look at what involves which domain they are working, and talk the way they want to hear. Say if someone is working into sociology and you are interested into sociology and that person is in your panel, you should speak in that way. That will increase your chance of
Right.
getting selected.
Yes.
So
Yes. Important point.
yeah, if you are coming, if you are very good in tech, if you are very good in coding, and you see someone in CSS department who is very good at coding, talk in that way. But if you just gonna talk very tech, no, you won't be selected because there would be a lot of people from humanities department. They
Yes.
don't understand tech. HSS department professors with a lot of experience don't understand tech. There are professors who even don't know how to on the projector. है ना? So it
Right.
doesn't mean it's a
Right.
IIT, so every professor would know everything. No, there are people with a specific domain in which they are working, whether it's any professor. Even if you are talking to a sociology professor, he won't know everything of sociology. He would be
Right.
taking either labor or gender or development. So just everyone have their specific domain and your interest and their domain. If these two things catch up, you will get in. है ना?
Yes.
And if they see the potential in you, yes, you can get it. Yeah, that's the thing.
हाँ ये this is
Okay.
very true. If the potential is important and potential is also important, right? ये जो चीज है ना, you have to express that in front of the panel, and that is the most important thing. And always like Amit has mentioned one thing, वो वैसा दिखना चाहिए, जोश में मतलब दिखना चाहिए, ओके ऐसा थोड़ा मतलब कूल फूल ऐसा तो ठीक है, सब कुछ ठीक है, बट थोड़ा वैसा वो ना आंसर दो विथ इंटरेस्ट. Okay, you have to show that interest, and that is the most important, and that will be your first impression in front of the panel. Okay, panel में तीन चार कितने अमित, you know how many professors were there
So
at
see,
your
as you
panel,
are telling that
if
this
you
year
can remember?
there are 120 people who have been shortlisted, so the number can decrease because they will put like four professors in the meeting. That's what I
Right.
expect. At my times, I can remember there were like 7 people. There were a lot of
Oh my
professors at
God.
that time. Why? Because at that time, not many people got shortlisted in the interview, but this year there are 120 people. They have to divide people, so there will be around
160.
160 people have been shortlisted.
160.
Yeah, so only 3, 4 professor will be in your meetings, and they would be very fast. If they see something in you, they will. So one thing, the first impression is the last impression. So first thing is introduction, and a very nuanced thing which I can tell you before the interview is the way you dress up. Just don't go into a funky t-shirt. If your style is very funky, if you are very cool, so you can go into a t-shirt and because SSS department doesn't look into these things very much. But if you want to look very professional, you can go with a shirt. You can be very polite. So sometimes this can also happen. It just came into my mind that there can be a very tough question and you don't know the answer, or you need some time to think. So there can be very tricky questions, and I have faced this in some of the IITs that there were very tough questions, and I was like, okay, just let me think how to phrase my answer. So if someone is asking me a very tough question, you can take your time. Just take around 10 seconds. Just think about it and come up with the answer. Just don't go blah 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 blah, and because that's gonna mess up your interview. You just can't say anything which is coming in your mind. And if you don't know anything about that question, just say, Professor, I don't know about this thing, but I know this part. If you know something, except that you don't, because they are not looking a 100% perfect guy, and nobody is, even they are
Right.
not. So in some case, if you don't know the answer, just be calm. Just say that. Just don't be panicked about it. Just give a smile. Sorry, Professor. I don't think I know this answer, but I know this part of this answer. But I am ready to learn. If given a chance, I can explore this part. And if sometimes a professor will have 4, 5 questions in just one statement.
Yes.
So it happens sometimes. Like there would be 3, 4 questions in just one line. Okay, what is this? What is that? And what about that? So you should have everything. So listen very carefully what all he have asked, because there would be pattern into it. if someone is asking in that way, so there would be pattern. If the way you answer your first questions, the second would be aligned to this, third would be aligned to this. And if you do are not sure about any of the part, you can say, Professor, I don't think I have much knowledge about it, and I would love to learn under you. Just be happy, be cool. You can make them happy too. Yes, Professor, I would be happy to learn under you. You can say that way. So yes, they are looking for potential person who can pursue this program. That's it, what they are looking for. They are not looking experts into this admission and this program. Yes. What else?
यस, इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है ये चीज ना। मैं तो एक चीज में ज्यादातर ये बोलता हूँ कि बी ऑनेस्ट, ये इम्पोर्टेंट है। अगर ये पार्शियल वाला आंसर अगर तुम दोगे ना, ये भी एक ट्रिकी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट अमित, ये पॉइंट मुझे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगा। अगर उस क्वेश्चन का कुछ भी पार्ट पता है, ओके, इफ यू नो एनी पार्ट ऑफ दैट क्वेश्चन ना, तो यू कैन से इन दिस वे, ओके, यू कैन अप्रोच, डोंट से नो। ये डायरेक्ट नो से ये सही है, ओके। If you say in this way, sir, I know one part of this question, so if you give me a chance, so I will explore it, and the other part of this question I don't know. And be honest, important. Any further queries to Amit?
Sir, by what all you have told, I think we can go through all the interviews of all the IITs.
Yes,
Yes,
it's very
everywhere.
I can say one thing about dress. Oh, don't think much about dress. I have seen, मैंने देखा वो चीज, कोई क्या पहन के चला गया है आईआईटीज में, बॉम्बे में देखा, और कानपुर में देखा। ऐसे ड्रेस में कुछ नहीं है आईआईटीज में, ठीक है, वो कॉर्पोरेट में है, ठीक है। डोंट मेंटेन द ड्रेस कोड एट आईआईटीज। मैंने ये भी देखा गंदा गंदा पहन के पैंट पहन के चला गया है इंटरव्यू, सिलेक्टेड हुआ है, मैंने देखा आईआईटी कानपुर
I do
में।
wear shorts to my classroom. So here the dress code doesn't even matter.
ओके, तो ये मेरा ओपिनियन है। मैंने देखा ये चीज, मतलब ज्यादा फॉर्मल, वो ज्यादा ये मेंटेन करना आईआईटीज में, ये वेरी, इट्स वेरी कैजुअल इन आईआईटी, यू विल सी। बट इफ यू थिंक दैट you are comfortable with that, okay, so you can go for it, okay, it's up to you, it's up to you। अगर मेरे पास नॉलेज है, सिंपल सा फंडा है, अगर मेरे पास नॉलेज है, if I can lead my interview, so I will come with this dress, I will come with this dress, because I know I have knowledge, I have that confidence, and I will say, okay, whatever they can ask me any question। मेरा एक बार हुआ था ऐसा इंटरव्यू, आईआईटी कानपुर में हुआ था। मेरा स्टेंसिल में बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट था, और मैंने पढ़ चुका था उस टाइम, मतलब मैं मास्टर्स किया था उस टाइम ही मैं 50 से 60 पेपर आर्टिकल मैंने पढ़ा था, ठीक है। तो मैंने लीड कर रहा था इंटरव्यू, मेरा इंटरव्यू। तो किसी प्रोफेसर ने मैंने पूछ लिया, तो यू आर सो कॉन्फिडेंट, ओके, तो व्हाट यू विल डू। नहीं सर, फिर मैं उसको ना उस टाइम में थोड़ा वॉइस में लो कर लिया था, ठीक है, क्योंकि मैं देख रहा था, आई वाज thinking that what I am telling that is going over and over, okay। तो उस टाइम में खुद को थोड़ा, मतलब लो होता है ना, वो कर लिया था, ठीक है। तो दैट इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग, ओके। कहाँ पे मतलब रुकना चाहिए, वो भी इम्पोर्टेंट पार्ट है। यू हैव टू नो वेयर यू शुड स्टॉप, ओके। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है इंटरव्यू में, ओके। तो दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, यू शुड कीप दिस इन योर माइंड, ओके। They may ask you this question. One professor, you can check his profile, okay, is there one of the finest scientist in hematology, okay, and उनके पास जो प्रोजेक्ट है ना, करोड़ों का प्रोजेक्ट है, ज्यादातर प्रोजेक्ट यूएसए से, मतलब इंडियन गवर्नमेंट से नहीं है। मेरा, आई वाज इंटरेस्टेड इन दैट, राइट। तो वैसा भी क्वेश्चन था, फिर पूछ लिया था एक क्वेश्चन, सो यू आर सो इंटरेस्टेड, यू हैव कॉन्फिडेंस एंड, तो मैंने बोला ना ऐसा नहीं है, आई have gone through those articles, so I was getting sense what is it, so that's why I read many articles on it, on induced pluripotent stem cell। so that is important, you should know where you should stop, okay। अगर नॉलेज ज्यादा है किसी डोमेन में, वहां पे भी रुकना चाहिए, ओके। तो ओवरफ्लो वो वैसा नहीं होना चाहिए। So any, acha, Amit, I want to know one thing, that like you appeared for the written test, right? What were the questions? If you say something about it, if you can remember, okay.
To be honest, Surajit, I don't remember the written exam. What I can think of, though there were MCQ based question. So I will look into my mail account after this interview, and if I find a mail from Computer Science CSS of that time, I will
Right.
put that in the comment. I will put all the questions that they're gonna ask. I will put that in the comment if I can find that mail.
It's
है ना? So to be honest, I really don't remember because at that time I was selected at IIT, so I was more focused at IIT. So yeah.
yes, yes. I know already. I have mentioned this fact to my students. Okay. Amit actually got selected for a different institute. Okay,
Yeah.
and he opted that offer from IIT Bombay. अरे किसको नहीं चाहिए IIT Bombay भाई सबको चाहिए. Okay, so that is the most important thing, and you should keep remember all those things. And Amit has mentioned many things. Okay, for the interview perspective. Okay, so all these are very important. You can note this, and if you have any other questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we can conclude this session. And Amit, if you have any things, if you want to add something for these guys for tomorrow's interview, so anyone can go for next.
Raji Sanid, if you have any question, you can ask, or any of the viewers, if you have any question, just go into the comment section. I will try to answer your queries if I can. Yes.
Ishika, do you have any questions?
Done.
Ali, Somastri?
No, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, it's okay. I don't
Uh,
think we have a lot of question. We can conclude this meeting. I just want to say
yes.
that very important things in an interview is your introduction. The way you say your introduction will shape all of your interviews. Just be confident, smile, and there is a limit to your smile. Just don't make a fun of them. Just be confident. Just say everything. Don't sit on your bed and give an interview. Just be in a proper place, and if possible at a proper network, because they would be very frustrated. They would be interviewing a lot of people at that day. So but just think how what they are thinking. The moment you know how they are thinking, how what they want, you can easily make your interview. It's just up to you. You can make your interviews, and just don't panic. It's a very small thing. Hannah. It's
Yes.
just an interview. It's just an interview, and it's not going to decide a lot of thing in your life. Because in my case, for a whole year, I appeared at every IIT for a PhD entrance, and but I couldn't get at any. So for 1 year, I just had to get back, get my things together, and the next year I qualified at every IIT. The way all the places I appeared. So sometime lives give you chances. It's just not IIT Jodhpur. So if you are not, if you don't get selected at IIT Jodhpur, don't be disheartened, because there are a lot of interviews which are coming up. If you have done a master's, UGC NET is coming this year. You can go for a different IITs. At every IIT, you have a lot of disciplines, interdisciplinary departments, and IITs are very small thing. At the time of preparing, I thought ITB is a very big thing, but now being in this campus, it's just a very normal thing. We do have people which have all India rank one, and we have people from every department all around us. We all eat in the same mess, but now it doesn't matter. When you look people from another lens, things looks very different. So don't panic. These are very small things. If you want to get placement with computer science CSS, this program, play, just be just think the way the professors are thinking, Hannah, because this HSS department doesn't have a history of getting a good, very great placements. So if you just focus your interviews on placement, you might not get in, Hannah. So you have to balance everything. You have to balance your humanities, computer, your research, your placement. Just balance everything, come up with a very good introduction. Just be confident. Just look at the professor who is talking to you. Listen very carefully. Don't look down. Don't look here and there, because that will create an impression that you are cheating from somewhere. Just look into a camera, and you should look at the professors. Listen very carefully. Let them finish. Don't interrupt in between them what they're saying. And yeah, that's it. That's it. All the very best. If you have any queries, comment down. or I'll try to answer if yes. That's it from
Yes.
my side.
So my question is for Amit sir. I want to ask that in your interview, I watched that you said about the written test of the MA by Research program, and you said in that the most of the questions were from reading comprehension part. So I want to ask about that, and also like if you remember, like the general idea and like the domain from the domain of knowledge from where the questions were mostly from. I want to know that.
Yeah. So my course MA by Research have three components into it. The first is literature, linguistics, and performing arts. Second is sociology, and third is human sciences. So we have professors mostly from literature, linguistics department. So the reading comprehensions came mostly from the literature side. That's what I can see in that interview. So there were things, paragraphs from either some nobles or some literary works. So yeah, some were good, some were very good, some were from Old English too. You have to analyze things. You have to. So there were questions for from linguistics. No, there were nothing from linguistics. Yeah, it were mostly reading comprehensions from good writings, and yeah, you have to write your answers. There were broad questions too, where you have to explain things. That's it what I can recall. If I would be having something else, I will also. Surajit, you can interview some of the people from my department too. I will. So at this time we are having a very high time.
I know.
It's very tough right now because it's end semester time. But whenever would be MA by Research final interview, Surajit, I will share some of my batchmates contact with you,
Yes.
so you can
Yes.
interview them too, and you can ask these questions to them also, how they'll, because I do have one perception. I'm looking at this exam from my lens. Other people
Yes.
can have different approach to the exam. So
Right.
when there would be interview for MA by Research, I will share some of the context where you can approach Rajit and this channel. But as I can recall, it mostly compared came from that reading comprehensions from different writers. That's it. That's it. How it is.
So were there subjective
Interesting.
questions too?
I'm sorry.
Were there subjective questions too?
Yes. All the questions were subjective at IIT Bombay. There were no objective questions. At that time, it was a COVID time. We had to write in a uh, paper and we had to upload it through an application. So all questions were subjective.
Okay,
Interesting.
sir. Thank you.
Uh, My pleasure.
Shaili, do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So I think we are done, right? Okay.
Sir,
So thank
can
you,
we
Amit,
use
and definitely.
Bluetooth? Can we use Bluetooth headphones and the process of interview, sir?
So what I will say that
Okay.
from the lens I look, so if I would have been an interview panel, I don't like these headphones and these wireless earbuds. I really don't like them. So if it's possible, if your computer device is enough capable of capturing audio, because your audio should be very clear, crisp, and your sound should reach them. That's the important thing. If it's possible, you can go for with your laptop computers or mobile phones. If not, earphones are just a small thing. It doesn't matter that much, but it should be very crisp, very clear to them, because they would be at will be at the best internet because at IITs we get the best internet connections. So if the problem would be there, that would be from your side. You will be panicked about it, and the things would be like, don't get messed up. If it happens, suppose at the time you were slotted, you were given the slot and you couldn't connect, and there were problems around there that time, don't worry, there would be a TA in between this. So TA is a teaching assistant who will be coordinating this whole interview session. You can contact them because you will get a mail with contact details. So you can contact that respective person, that's the problem I face. So I couldn't catch up. Just give me 5 minutes or something like that. But we very good with your internet connection, because sometime it's like professor get annoyed. Why don't research? Just go away. We have done 60 people to interview. So this can happen in some cases. So be at a good internet connection.
Right. Interesting. So any more question from this session? So much.
Yes, yes, sir. So much here. First, Amit sir, thank you for the session.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sir, I have faced some interviews. At last, they asked that whether we have any questions for them. So, what is the main intention behind asking that question?
Yes. So yeah, as I can recall at my time, what happened, CSS was the first, it was introduced first time at IIT Jodhpur. So they were
Yes,
very
right.
concerned. They were very concerned that whether students would appear for this exam, whether there would be anyone who would be willing to take admission. So they conducted a lot of sessions from professors from different streams who had given talks. So there were professors from economics department there. So prior to interview, for a week around, there were talk shows at my time. So there were a lot of talk shows. So they were very concerned, and there were a lot of queries from all the students, like how would be the program, what will be the fee structure, what would be the placement scenario. So at that time they were concerned if they ask something from this year, if you really have a genuine question, like suppose if you want to ask, if you are interested in the introduction part, you have told that you are interested in doing placements and you want to get placed somewhere, or you want to work for as a data scientist. So you can ask, see, professor, whether we would be able to appear at all the companies which would be coming in our college. If they ask something, just ask one question, don't start asking a lot of question. Or another thing that, professor, I do have interest in this particular domain. How whether I would be able to combine these things with computer science, and how interdisciplinary two department work. So if there is something if you think your question is very good, thank you so much for that question. Just be prepared for such questions. If they ask a question, so if you have really a genuine question, you can ask, or either say, no, professor, I'm very clear with this program, and I want to thank IIT Jodhpur for making such kind of a program where these uh, two departments can come up and we can do an interdisciplinary course. So you can just thank them and finish if you don't have a question. And if you really think that your question is very genuine and can have an impact on them, you can go for it. That's it.
ये पॉइंट बहुत ही
All right, sir.
इंटरेस्टिंग
Thank you
है,
so much.
बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है सुनो। ये मैं ना ज्यादातर इंटरव्यू में मैंने देखा एंड में बहुत सारे प्रोफेसर पैनल में प्रोफेसर ऐसा होता है, यू विल सी few of professors they can ask you, do you have any question? ये ना Amit has mentioned that one interesting point, okay? So you should all of you should note this point. और उसमें अगर तुम बोलोगे no sir I have no questions, वो भी मतलब it will create some impact on them, right? So at least make some crucial important points, okay? You can write something, okay? That is important. At least one comment, one question, कुछ भी कर को एक बार एक लाइन बोलो, कोई नहीं, बट ऐसे डायरेक्ट आई हैव नो क्वेश्चन, ये एटीट्यूड वाला चीज अच्छा नहीं लगता है, ठीक है? सो डू दैट, ओके? सो ये मैंने देखा लास्ट में ये क्वेश्चन बहुत सारे प्रोफेसर्स पूछा है, ठीक है? तो प्रिपेयर्ड अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट, राइट? सो नाउ आई थिंक वी आर डन with the questioning part, right? So thank you Amit, thanks a lot, okay, for this season, right? So and thank you my students for this like you have joined and you are like here for a long time, okay? And thanks once again Amit. So definitely I will interact with you for others contacts with who are from different diverse background, okay? So that is important for me, and thus we can create some people who are trying to get into IITs, right? So I think that is the most important thing, okay? So once again thank you all. So I'm now going to conclude this session, okay?